Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters, fam.
Getting it up.
Let's go.
Bro, listen, before we go, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your brethren. Let's just show some love, basically.
It's very important, fam. And obviously, for the people that just listen to the audio, yeah, right now in your car, because the heavyweight division's getting crazy. I just want you to indicate, fam. Indicate left.
No, don't do that. Beep the horn. Lean on that horn.
Lean on the horn like what?
You know the aggressive one. Yeah. Like, let them know.
What you saying? Lean on it like Fury, fam. Like Fury did Wilder.
Lean on it. Smother the horn. Fury style.
Smother your work,
lean
fam.
on it with the elbow. Punch it. And then lean on it again.
Man, listen. Let's just get into the comments of the last pod. I know we ain't been paying respect to these comments, but it was a great week. Yeah. We had Spencer on last week as well. Big up Spencer, doing big things. Even in Sky, he was in the Sky.
Shout us out on Sky News.
Shout us out on Sky News, fam. Big up Spencer, fam. That's hard still. Here you go. I'm just in my perspective. I'm gonna need you to call him right back when Wilder swings and puts him down. Round 4 potentially. Whoa. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Some comments from Northside Manny. He said an hour wasn't enough. I love comments like that.
There you go. Too much. Osborne says too much to digest. Too much. Fantastic. This. Let's go.
Football with Shig said great conversation. You guys are always on point. I see HGM said brilliant episode. Big shout out to Mr. Fearon with his analysis, not only boxing but from a social, psychological, and spiritual standpoint. Regarding the Fury versus Wilder bout, I've got Fury by decision, but Wilder nearly stopping him in the later rounds. It's funny to see predictions now.
Bait Nate H says, this show and IFL my go-to for boxing, but hear what my slimes need to get me on the show. I know boxing too. Well, call in, fam. We need to hear from you, bro. Yeah, I'm happy with that, Trav.
Yeah, let's get cracking.
Let's cook, fam. Where's the bell? Bro,
what a night.
Yeah, it's long. I was gonna ask you how you are. Because
I'm okay. I'm bro. The promo for my show.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, bro. Like
I wanted to talk about that.
It's good, man. Like I'm interviews. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing interviews out the airs, bro. I'm driving just all over the place, chatting with people about the show, and I'm excited, man. The more I talk about it, the more it's like. You know, it's one of them weird ones. The more you talk about the show, the work that you're doing, the more excited I am for people to see it.
I can't wait. Again, if you're a fan of this pod, you gotta be there on the night. We ain't been live. It'll be the first time that I feel that the family's together. Even though we're not talking boxing, but we're watching our guy be great in it. I'll be in the house. I'll be in attendance, just smiling, bruv. Just because I've watched Travis shows anyway, but I know this one I haven't seen. I don't know nothing yet, which is brilliant.
Yeah, you wouldn't even let me talk to you about it. Like, don't tell me nothing.
I said, let me come and enjoy like the audience, bro. About you want me to be in the corner? Nah, I don't want to be in no corner, fam. I want to be at home like Mark Breland was at home, fam. Just watching it, bruv.
No, to be front row with the velvet. You know the Frank Lucas.
Yeah. And I'm buying my ticket as well. I'm not even gonna do the scatty one where I'm not gonna do the scatty one. Even now I know I can get him for free, but I'm buying my ticket, fam. I gotta support the man then, fam.
Nah, I appreciate that still.
Come on, bro. That's it. But yeah, you're good. Make sure people come on, plug the thing, bro. You can't have a platform and not plug your own thing.
November 12th, Bloomsbury Theatre. You know, it's a West End, Central London venue. It's I say this with like just straight, like it's my biggest show of my career so far. You know what I'm saying? Straight up like that. And I believe it's going to be my best work.
It will be.
Yeah, bro, this is the energy I'm on, bro. I'm really excited about getting on stage for that show. Do you know what I mean? My night in a big theater like that.
Yeah.
Listen,
I just want to ask you though, one thing. Are you comfortable putting your name on it? That's going to be the best show.
Fam, I'm not doing that because there's a link to that put my name on it thing, and that don't have good energy. So we ain't doing that. But when it comes to stand up,
that's why you should always be able to. No, that's what I expect. These are the things I want you to be putting your name on, fam. These are the things, because I know the killer is. I'm not playing with
the energy thing, innit?
Okay, cool.
I prayed. You know what I'm saying? I prayed to God about this show.
Yeah. Because you know what I did? You know what I did I did this midweek. I told anyone anyone that buys a ticket, I said, I guarantee you that you're gonna laugh. If you don't laugh at one point in that night, I will come to me. I'll give you your money back. I said it. I put the tweet out, fam, and I believe it. I stand by that, bruv. Simple as that, bruv. I believe it. Anyway, bruv, sorry, I had to do that. There's no way my boy's gonna be performing and we ain't plugging the thing. Are you mad, fam?
Nah, that's real, bro.
Nah. On your own platform.
Ticket link will be in the bio for this show.
Let's go.
It'll be a pleasure to see
I want to meet everyone.
And meet you, yeah, man. Afterwards, I gotta get pics with everyone.
I need to meet everyone, fam. Is it mad me taking pics at your show though? Because
we gotta meet the great defeaters.
Oh, okay,
I'll be right there with you, fam. I'll be right there.
Nah, I didn't know because you know them ones where it's like, raw, my boy's just enjoying, fam, and I'm just there like I did work, fam. I didn't work. I'm just there. Anyway, bro, it's time.
Fully.
I'm gonna say what I saw. You can tell me what you saw.
All right.
I witnessed, for me, yeah, remember, I came to this boxing thing late, yeah? The fights I have watched have been reruns.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've seen with my big age heavyweight fight. That's what I'm saying. From what I've not a rerun type vibe. I'm just saying from a the trilogy, from a live perspective, being in it, kind of almost calling it did not disappoint. Actually, because I was so upset about it over delivered. That's what it did. I was so upset about this fight happening because nobody wanted this fight. Let's be honest. So I came into this fight with a negative energy, I would probably say. And then I got more. I got more than I expected because there was two men that literally went to war, bruv. There was two men that walked out with a lot of my respect. That's me. That's my setup. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear that. I think as the fight was building up, I started to get into it. The hoopla, the conversations. I started to get into it, especially fight week.
Yes.
Now, it's an interesting one because it definitely over delivered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that Wilder kind of came and brought some new elements to the fight and that made the fight work because the reality was I thought it was just going to be a one-way traffic thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
However it came, whether it was a KO early, late, or whatever, I just thought it was all going to be fury. But that fourth round set fire to my experience because I was like, hold on a minute. Fury goes down. Because in my mind, this does not happen in this fight. The puzzle's been figured out already. Just come out and do it again. So I'm like, raw, I'm having an amazing night watching this fight, bro. That's what it gave me.
Yeah. So, go on. So I just want to say this though, because obviously I saw the Drake thing and I banter about the Drake curse, yeah. But once I saw Drake,
is the Drake curse broken though? Because the Drake curse was
broken.
Pictures with him. No, the Drake curse was that you take a picture with Drake, you lose.
It's not in video form then.
Nah, yeah. So the video, him sending a video tribute, don't count.
Should be okay.
He's got to do the arm round man picture. Drake, when he did that with AJ, everybody was like, bro. The NFL, like who else? I can't remember who it was. Babe, it's
every time. In NBA as well, it happens a lot. But this is it. So I saw the Drake thing and I said, I got to put money down. I have to put money down. And because I remember I said I had a feeling. I said the feeling doesn't make sense. And even OTC came with gusto today. He tried to smoke bass out. He done a good job, to be honest. But he said it was a performance of his life still because he just had the names. He had receipts. But then I was in the feelings camp. I said, I don't know why I feel this way, but there's just so much that's happened. And Wilder just feels like he's in a different place mentally. He's in a different place mentally. I just got a weird feeling, and I don't know how prepared.
I just want to say, everybody's justifying their picks for choosing Wilder, right? When I said that AJ's gonna smoke Usyk, I was clearly thinking he's gonna go in there, use his size, dominate him, and batter him. So because he didn't do that, everybody piled on me. Fam.
No, because you put your name on it, bro. I didn't.
Nah, no,
bro. You went on big boy. Bro, we was on big zone. We was minding our business, fam. I turned to you like, I came with you, but I don't know what's going on right now. You saw when I did this one, cuz. I said,
it's you know what it was, yeah.
Your friends should never look at you like this when you come together.
I didn't feel like, yeah, I know, for real. You left me out there, boy. You know what it was, though? I just didn't feel like, you know, the UK US thing. I didn't feel like it was really putting respect on AJ's name.
Oh, so you went into super bedroom bias.
It backed me up. You know what I do when I get back into the
bedroom bias, Super Saiyan. It was a bedroom bias, Super Saiyan. Yeah.
I put steroid. I put a little steroid. You know, you put Andrex in Coke.
Yeah.
They put a steroid in my drink, and I just turned into a beast, man.
No, because I was moved by how you just. I know Travis, but that was next level. That was a new Travis, fam. I said he's ascended. He's ascended.
You know?
But then really, like, I wasn't, and that's what I'm saying. So even because I my prediction was wrong, and I'll take that. And they even tried to set you up because you was on One Extra, I swear. Or you was on the radio, like, and they played the moment still.
The zone clip, fam.
But they need to allow it because you've been right more than you've been wrong, fam.
Bro, nobody called Teofimo Lopez beating Lomachenko. I called that from early, fam. Man ain't giving me my flowers for that. I mean, you did, but I'm talking the nation, fam. I need to put these takes.
But then that's what I'm saying. And I think I've got too much humility, fam, because that is a wild thing to say. Jesus, that's not even humble.
That's not a humble thing to say. Man said I'm the most humble man alive. I'm top two humble brothers in the world, and I ain't too.
No, people, listen, no, this is not the week. If we were feeling, let's say this was a feeling week, we can let this thing go. We need to talk about this. I'm too. No, this is no.
The cup run is over.
No, because I wanted to talk about what I've got right, and even the funny thing is, we have to do it because people have been following this pod for a long time. I harken back to us being in Vegas. Many years ago. I have to harken back, fam.
That's a mad harken, though. That's like 2 years ago, bro.
I harken back to Vegas, yeah? And I'm telling you, podcast community, I would say there's only been one time in me and Travis's existence of just doing this and being friends, yeah, that the night was peak, fam. And we still had to share the same room. We still shared.
Oh, you're talking about the mad argument.
We had the fury. We had this fury wilder argument, yeah, 2 years ago. Like, early. This is when it was just sound. It was just noise. And I was like, we was arguing about this exact thing. And we seen the trilogy. And it's so funny how life messes around because the first one, I was like, fury. Well, we got that one. You didn't answer your phone, I think. There you go. Oh, no, that was the second one.
No, that's because you phoned. No, you phoned me. I was watching the fight on my phone.
No, I don't care what you're trying to do.
On my phone, I was no. I want the post-fight interview.
That's not how I saw it. I saw it as you didn't answer the phone, and I understood why you didn't answer the phone. So then we went into the second one, and I was like, Trav, man, he's not gonna...
No. That was the one I didn't answer my phone.
Oh, that's it. That's right.
Yeah,
but anyway, we had an argument. It was so mad that I was like, raw, like, are we going to be able to get on the plane and just travel? Like, it was nuts.
After that argument, yeah, I walked out the hotel. I was literally outdoors of the hotel. I phoned Kev. I was like, yo, where you at, fam? And I just went to go and lick and just stand there. Bro, I was like, I need to get out of this room, fam. This argument got so heated.
I walked around the room. I was so hot, bro. So it was like, we like literally, and they couldn't stop us. No one could still, every time it looked like it was ending. And I remember I think that's the day that MTKG was born, actually. Because I was in there.
100% born.
I was in there and no one agreed at the time because it was like, he can't bang. He's got pillow hands. And it makes sense why we're bringing this conversation up because it's funny how 2 years and a lot changes.
2 years later, and look where we are.
2 years, a lot changes because now we sit here and on the eve of the main event, I switched as far as I'm concerned. It's on the eve. I said, I talked to it and there's no excuses because I made a prediction. I said, I believe that Fury weren't in the right mindset, whatever I was saying, but I see it not probably getting his way. And then after you said, now you're in the prediction saying he gets him out of here. Go on.
But look what happens when Bates tried to call me out on my takes about Okoli way back when.
Oh, yeah.
Versus my feelings about Okoli today.
That's it.
It matches up when the fighter's behavior changes.
Yes.
The talk about the performance changes.
Yes.
Fury now I can't say he doesn't punch with power.
You can't.
I can't say he got concussive power, but him at 277, he's found his optimum performance weight. The Fury I'm looking at now wasn't there in that first fight. He was a lot lighter, didn't hit hard, did the light boxing thing on the outside. This Fury is a unit. And I think he's now found a way that allows him to have power and still kind of be someone who can move. So those takes, we got to allow old takes to
grow,
get old.
to grow.
Yeah.
A new takes
as the game changes.
100%. And again, anyone that looks at information and doesn't want to like assess it and allow your thoughts to change, you're just an idiot, fam. That's the bottom line. Because even look what I've said about Wilder. I have cussed Wilder, fam, many times. Do I take those things back? Absolutely not. He was moving mad. Again, Wilder lost my respect, and I'll say he's gained it back though. Wilder lost my respect with the glove gate, Watergate, the suit gate, all the gates that he created. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, this is not right. Like you're looking crazy in the light. You lost. You lost. Too much. Run it back, win. Do you know what I mean? And that's all you go on.
The thing is though, it's such a weird one because it's like if you genuinely believe you were, wrong, cheated on, not cheated on, you were cheated, right? It's really hard to just tell you to not feel like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, whilst we're looking at rationality, there's no proof on the things you're saying, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You've done a lot to get proof and it's not come. But at the same time, someone who feels like that, it's consistent, basically.
But he's believed in the lie. Obviously, the lies had to help him be able to get back in the ring.
But what I'm saying is, you believe they're lies. He believes they're absolutely true.
But how do you believe?
You call it delusion. Delusion. But if somebody believes that an injustice has happened, they can't process it as a fair and square thing. So it's not like he's saying, he's like, I didn't lose that fight, man. The judges cheated me out. That's different. He's saying, you knocked me out using illegal things. So it's like, if he believes that, and he clearly does, you can see how strong his conviction is with stuff.
Yeah.
When he says, don't throw in the towel, let me go in there. Bro, he went and marched to his demise. So he's clearly someone that is like, I'm going to stick to what I said regardless of what it was. Yes. Let me get knocked out in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, for that, he's a real one. I'm allowed, remember, because just imagine, whatever you say, I'm allowed to have an equal reaction to whatever you say. I'm allowed to react to, and people shouldn't be looked down upon because you have a reaction. You said it. This is my reaction. Do you know what I'm saying? So when he was moving like that, me naturally as a fan is saying to myself, well, that's not right. Do you know what I mean? How I see it, because let's say if there was one excuse, I know we laugh about, hey, but he didn't say everything. He just said my toe. That's all we got. So it was like, okay, do you know what I mean? Now it's up to you. You want to take that into consideration, but it just felt like, it felt like a bigger conversation. Water, this, suit. And it was like, what excuse? Like there's a video. I found it so funny. It's like, is this guy counting? He's like, 1, 2, 3. And he's like, bro, he only counts to 25 here, but he makes it sound so different. The melody's brilliant. But I saw that video and I was laughing because I said, there will be mad excuses. I haven't heard from him yet. I've heard from Malik Scott, and I want to say Malik Scott.
No excuses this time around.
No, I haven't heard any. Malik Scott he has come out of this looking better. I've watched his interviews. I've just watched the way he's conducted himself, the way he's spoken, and I'm like, okay, there could be a good trainer in there because we got. When we look at Wilder, let's give Wilder his credit, then we'll talk about Fury. When we look at Wilder, the smart thing that they did that people were taking away from Wilder is they made him bigger because Fury was always going to lean on him. He needed that power. He needed that power to get up and get him off him. And there were certain times what he was doing well. What I liked about Wilder's fighting style is his inside work. I'm talking in the grip with the free hand. He was letting it go. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've never seen Wilder look like a real boxer, if that makes sense. So when you we're in the clinch and the referees come, bam, let him know all the stuff that Fury was doing to him last time. Yeah. He was doing the dirty stuff, the dark arts that I call it. Yeah. And I was like,
no problem.
Go on.
He's just too small. He was just too small. Like the size, not weight, not height. but size, he's just too small.
What do you mean though? Like it just I'm with you. So I'm saying, what do you mean in terms of too small? Because I thought like from the upper body wise, he looked solid. He looked like he could move with it. It's
not natural size. First of all, he's pumped up to that size.
Yeah,
and he's pumped up, and he's still giving up like 30 pounds.
Yeah,
of weight. He's just too small for the fight that was happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, to a more skilled fighter, you could say, stick on the outside. Don't get caught up in those clinches. He's going to weigh you down. But Wilder doesn't have all that stuff in his arsenal, so he kind of just has to walk into it and accept it as it's happening.
Yeah.
Now, you can see that, they tried to implement a game plan. Jab to the body, shots to the body. Bro, that body work. When I saw it happen, I thought to myself,
it's working.
This does make sense, because no one in their right mind can commit to blocking the body and leave your chin exposed.
And not those power shots that he has.
Exactly. So you just have to let the shot go to your body every single time. And I was like, this is kind of genius, because when he brings it upstairs, it's time, and the body work is going to gas man out.
Yeah.
Second round, he said, to hell with it, I'm going to war. Because his body is not natural. He can't move at that weight. So,
and not just that, I think he hasn't had enough time with Malik.
No.
Old habits die hard, right?
There's that. But also, you got to remember, he was fatigued from like round 3.
Yeah.
He was done.
Yeah.
Like round 4, for round 4, when he got the knockdowns, that gave him that boost of adrenaline. Round 5, he had a bit of spike. Come to the end of round 5 onwards, bro, that guy was done cardio-wise.
I got a take though. I believe, you remember that what they say about in boxing, that you shouldn't carry like emotions. Like if we're fighting, it's not like a street fight. And if you bring that emotion to the ring, that's actually going to sap a lot more energy from you. In that first round, I could feel all the anger that he's had from the court case to everything that he's told himself this man has done to him. And it wasn't controlled aggression. That's what boxing's controlled aggression, right? Controlled anger, whatever. And I felt like he lost that in probably round 2, because there was another round when he went back down to the body again and he started trying to do the good stuff that he was doing before. I think that's what led up to the knockdown that because I can't even remember. I haven't looked at it. I haven't watched it back. Do you remember when the knockdown happened, when the Wilder got a knockdown?
When Wilder got stopped?
Yeah.
When
Fury
in the corner, when he got the first one in the corner, or the second one when he...
The first one that Fury got knocked down.
So Wilder, he caught, like, as Fury was coming in, he caught him with a right straight down the middle. Bang. Yeah. And it's like you saw the shot almost go through his whole body back down to his feet, because he literally backed up. And then it's like he felt himself like, oh snap, I'm gone, and he threw himself down. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's experience as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've seen David Haye do that against, I think it was Mormek. He took a big shot, bang, legs were gone, threw himself down, looked at his corner and was just like, no, I'm good.
Give myself time.
Yeah, because if he takes another shot in that state, and you knew.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, you got to give him credit, because this is a man that knows boxing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Again,
inside, out.
And again, and that's so one thing. While I close my takes on Wilder is, I think one, he needs a lot more time with Malik. I think Malik's a good trainer for him, actually. Yeah. I think that that relationship could work. I think he understands him. He respects him. He listens to him. And I like how Malik talks about the game. I did that's one thing I came across. I was like, you know what? That's good. Maybe he needs, as a younger person, I think maybe Breland probably is a little bit too old for him. JD hasn't
to connect with him.
Do you know what I'm saying? They can connect, and I think he can pull, because at least Malik's doing the talking. He's giving like 2 or 3 interviews, IFL one as well. So, and they talk. So he knows that he's going to do that interview. So even though Wilder hasn't said, I apologize, rare, it's as good as it being his man, or he would fire him knowing Wilder. Do you know what I mean? He's not fired. So I think now they're thinking about what next. They're going to take some time out, but I'm excited still to see this Wilder, exist in this division. It needs I'm excited to see that. Yeah.
I'd like to see him continue. I mean, I am aware of his age. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's like another thing that could play into why he had such severe stamina issues so early.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's 30, 36, I think he is now. Somebody can fact check that in the comments. But like, this stuff takes a toll. These type of beatings take a toll.
Yeah.
And I think, we'd like to see him be competitive like that. But again, it's like a rivalry sometimes gets the best out of a guy.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot out of the fighter as well.
100%. And
you know what I'm saying?
And we don't know if confidence-wise,
if it's going to be the same.
Again, as we said, AJ has his confidence has just been dented. AJ's confidence is just because AJ's still the man, but the confidence is gone almost. And it's just like, say, how much do I believe in myself? And someone like Wilder, who has to wire himself, is not like with these losses. You don't know how it'll affect the wiring. Is what I'm saying.
So let's look at. Are we ready to move to Fury?
Let's move.
My thing is, let's look at Fury, right? And let's see the benefit of changing trainer.
Oh my God.
Because Fury, before Sugar Hill Stewart, he's a completely different man.
Yep.
He's tiptoeing. The stuff we expect from Fury.
Yeah.
That makes me say he ain't a puncher, he ain't a this, he don't do that.
Pata. Yeah.
There you go. Now you change trainer. Now we've got a unit. Now we've got a one where it's like, this brother here, he's a nightmare now.
A super problem. Croc Jim.
That's right. And just to not make this about AJ,
we have to bring him
let's make this about AJ. Time to change trainer.
Fire McCracken now.
Everybody has to go. Simple as that.
Bro.
Because sometimes, yeah, you got to breathe new life, new energy into a thing. We saw Deontay Wilder look the best he's looked because he got a new trainer. He came up short. Fury was the better man. But what Fury looks like under Sugar Hill, that man is dangerous.
Yes.
Right? Very dangerous. And it's like, I've never not respected Fury. Do you see what I'm saying? But I've not been quick to just rubbish AJ's chances in that fight. Because I believe styles make fights, and that's a very different fight to the AJ we saw against Usyk, and also the Fury we saw against Wilder.
Yeah,
it becomes a different identity, and I don't think you just write off a man like AJ in the slugfest.
Yes,
do you see what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. In a boxing match where we're doing pitter-patter fencing, then I say, you know what? Maybe AJ come up short.
And sometimes
bang off a bang,
yeah.
Bro, you cannot tell me that this brother, because you got to bear in mind there's certain attributes I say.
Yeah.
AJ has historically had issues with shorter fighters.
Yes.
Yeah?
Takam.
That's Takam, Povetkin,
yeah.
Ruiz.
Yeah.
These guys give him issues. He's tentative punching down. But when it's punching up or punching same height, he lets it get cracking. It's very different AJ in there. So for me, I look at it, I'm like, you can't just say because of Usyk, he's gonna get battered by Fury.
Yeah.
You can't say, you know what I mean? So for me, when I look at this conversation, I'm like, no, we just have all the makings of a good, exciting division.
Even, and just to back up your point, actually, who's the guy that trains Okoli? What's his name again? Great trainer.
Shane McGuigan.
Shane, yeah? So what I will use this point that, well, Okoli was another fighter that, again, Okoli had the I would say he had the arsenal, he had the ingredient, but it wasn't getting to the pot at the right time. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole process of it,
cake, fam. They weren't making cake.
Again, it wasn't gonna rise. The cake wasn't gonna rise, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, bruv, but now you can see that when it works, you can see, and sometimes because Fowler Smith, yeah, that fight happened the weekend, yeah, and now Fowler, at first, he was listening to Shane. He was listening, and he stayed long. Like, he was boxing so well, bruv. Even Rock Smith, yeah. Brother, when I tell you this, yeah, that I can hear McGuigan saying, stay on the outside, use the jab, bro. Smith invited him into the inside, invited him into a war. And that's the thing. So sometimes I feel like you might need a longer... Sorry, that's mine. Sometimes you need... Let me put that on silent. Sorry about that.
Cool.
Sometimes you need you might need longer with your coach, just so you kind of can do, like, in the Wilder situation. I say he needs a more time with Malik. With the
AJ.
With AJ, change it up altogether. Change it, because we've seen, again, I remember he had Freddie Roach, he had who did he have in his side? Fury before.
You're talking about for the first one. Ben Davison, Freddie Roach, Ricky Hatton, very loaded corner.
Mandem, he had bare man, and now there's just one. What's the guy? When there was bare chest, sitting on the
press up.
I said that relationship is that's the relationship. That is the relationship that you look for, and I never respected it. I remember and now I get it, and now, like, not like I feel bad, but I've got more information. I understand the game a bit more. I remember I actually saw Malik crying after, like, in his next interview with somebody else, just because they're connected. And remember the Ade Yard situation, and how Tunde and Yard. I never got the relationship with the trainer and the fighter. I just chatting from my barbershop ways. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That relationship is deep. That relationship is real.
And
so
also, it's also one of those, like, personalities do different things.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? How you process things versus how I process things is different.
Yeah.
And we're close friends.
Yeah.
But so it's like you look at Tunde and a Yard and you look at the relationship that special guys have, and it's just like, no, this is more than, this is not, you know what I'm saying? And then you have someone who would be like Lennox.
Yes.
Who's just like, these results are not what I want with my career, so I'm going to take this elsewhere and I'm out. Now, for me, I'm not going to lie to you. I relate to that approach, the cerebral, result-based approach. Do you know what I'm saying? But I imagine you probably would have a different approach.
I would have a totally different approach. I would stay like, this is my team. Like us now. We're here together. We're here, innit? Do you know what I mean? We're here. Do you see what I'm saying? However, though, there's got to be a time where you, and this is, let me just make sure I give Fury the flowers that he deserves. Fury has made the best decisions for his career. And at times in my life, I've made at the right time in my life, just because we always talk, there's a parallel, right? I've made mistakes where I should have made a better decision for my career, but I stayed out of loyalty. Are you with me? And I feel that what Fury's done should be a message to different guys in boxing to say, guys, like, yes, your hard work is one thing, but you need the corner. The corner is important, because I'm telling you right now, when it was getting bad, you could hear Sugar talking to him. There was no keep going, great work. There was none of that bullshit.
It was real talk.
It was okay. Look, now it's time to get him out of here with the jab, double jab. Used it. I was listening to them and I was like, that's information. That's the information to make your fighter better. And you can see now that, again, you're not just going against one man, you're going against a team. You're going against a team, and no one wins it on their own, bro, in this boxing thing, because you need to know when to calm down and you need to trust each other. That relationship of trust with the fighter trainer is so important. And
it's real.
Like,
but the thing is, it's like, alongside the relationship and trust and all these key elements, there needs to be a really necessary voice of reason that just is unaffected by anything other than the outcome. Do you understand? Like, you know, for me, you know, if I'm say, for example, you know, if I was a fighter, I know I'd have my dad in my team, is playing some type of role, just being around. Do you know what I mean? Even in my actual fights, I spent the whole day just talking to my dad with my phone off to get into the zone for the fight. Yeah, so I can imagine at the top level that wouldn't change. Yeah. So someone like my dad looking at the situation and I lose, he's gonna say, I don't care about your relationship with this trainer. Yes. You're getting beat. Change it.
And I like the fact that you mentioned the dad, because there was a moment in the lead up to this fight where Fury's dad said, hey, I hate everything that's happening. You get the hell home. You're signing contracts. You're signing contracts in the arena film. Are you mad? You need to come home. And I think his dad actually refocused him. He G-checked him. Is a refocus. He said, come back home. You're not ready to fight. The Tyson Fury that I care about and I love can never be in this position. He needs to go on.
You know what's special about their relationship?
Talk to me.
Is that he spoke to him in a code that meant that he was going to hear that and come home. Yes. Like, he's like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't have any money. I don't have any flashing lights. He did all of that in that interview. Yes. Do you understand? He sent the smoke signal to get my son back home. Yes. But us that look like, right, he's fully cussing out his son. He's doing that. No, he knows Tyson Fury. His dad said he wouldn't win. That got him back into the UK.
And quiet. And he turned off his phone. He went on a social media, like, cleanse. He was away from it. He went dark, fam. And it was so cool, because I love things like that. I love interviews that are, it's like an interview, but it's got another meaning. It's like, it's a message for somebody. I'm just using this platform to get my message out to a direct somebody. You know what I mean? I enjoy those things, because you saw Fury came home, refocused, had the child, and he still, the funny thing is, why I rate Fury, or I call him great, is you can tell that his body, he was in bad shape. Fury actually was not ready. What they say, he started training like 6 weeks. He didn't have a long camp. Now, I know that can be PR because it's always great to say, hey.
There's a lot of PR involved in this
Oh,
fight.
there's been PR. I'm just talking about the fight, though, in terms of just what I saw. In terms of what I saw, in terms of, I know he doesn't really look after himself, but how he looked and how he was getting hit.
Thing is, he came in 277, and I think it was deliberately trying to be heavy. I don't feel like you accidentally just beat 277.
But getting hit like that, Trev. Again, he said it's the worst he's ever been.
Okay, let's do this, yeah?
Come on, let's
Tyson Fury is not Lomachenko. He's not this super evasive heavyweight. He has been down enough for us to say he can be hit. So this elusive talk, I feel like comes out of nowhere just because he does herky-jerky head movements. The guy can be hit. It's what we have to look at after is like, yeah, it just doesn't happen that often. Okay, it doesn't happen that often, but when he gets hit, he can go down.
But I want to call it the
history shows.
I want to call it the because Craig Richards is the first person that's brought it up to me. I call it the Craig Richards effect, where it's like I need to be up for these fights. There's fights where I don't feel the danger, I don't feel the worry, I don't feel the problem, and I won't fight it in the right way. As he said, his CV is garbage.
But he's been down in those fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But his CV is garbage. But then
the third one.
Oh yeah, but Wilder, I feel like Wilder is gonna knock man down. I feel like
he's been down from smaller man.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying,
with you. I understand.
Wilder knocking him down is not this thing where it's like, yeah, but that's Wilder. He's the biggest puncher in the AJ can knock him down too. Smaller men have knocked down Tyson Fury. Lesser punches. So AJ can knock Tyson Fury down.
But doesn't Wilder?
He's a super evasive guy.
Doesn't Fury stop you from doing kind of what you want to do in the same way where I feel
obviously,
it can be knocked down.
The problem is keeping him down.
Oh yeah.
So if that becomes the MO, then there's nothing to say. You say, yeah, cool, I'll go down, but when I get up, you best be freaking ready for a fight. Yeah. That right there, that's intimidating.
Yes. And he says you have to. I actually saw him talking. He goes, to beat me, you have to knock me spark out. That's the only way that you have to knock me out. There's no way you're beating me without, and a fighter having that level of belief in himself is, and because he's undefeated, he's going to feel like that. He's going to feel like nothing can touch me. And there was once a time, and that's the problem with, I think, fighters losing their O. And why, again, I'm going to give AJ respect, where AJ lost his O, and yes, I didn't like how he did it in the dunes, but to battle with self and go back and almost win again, because it's almost like you've never been punched, not like you've never been punched in the face before, but you've never been punched in the face that's not gone your way. You've always won in life. Finally, you've tasted your first loss. Do you know what I mean? It's like that kid getting straight A's all the time, and then he goes to like a big school and he's not the smartest in the class, and then he fails. That person doesn't know what to do with their existence because they've never experienced it not going their way. Do you see what I'm saying? And to come back from that, rated. And but now the next Fury's not experienced that, so he doesn't even have to fathom that. He doesn't
compute loss.
Never. He walks into the ring thinking, I'm gonna win. Where AJ can walk into the ring, or Wilder can walk into the ring, or many people that got a L on that ring walk, you'll think to yourself, I've lost before.
But AJ also walks in there saying, I've tasted defeat before. I know what it's like to have to come back. So I'm giving you 100%. It can have effects in different ways.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing to take an L and come back. Taking an L and losing it all, like, losing the spike in who you are as the fighter.
Yeah.
For instance, when he lost that first fight, you could see the spirit was gone.
But I'm talking about I'm just talking about mental strength. And it's for me, when it doesn't go your way, and we've seen it with Wilder actually, it didn't go his way, and he created a lot of delusion, a lot of other stuff to tell himself that was the world, not me. Are you with me? He had to do something, and then even when Fury because Fury got a split decision, it didn't kind of go the way he expected it to go, and he said, I'm changing it, I'm getting crunk gym, I'm going to become a new fighter. Yeah? Change. The only person and yes, AJ probably made light changes, but not a significant change.
No, that was a significant change. AJ remodeled his whole style.
I'm talking about in terms of the voice. might have to change, because yes, you brought in. Remember, there's probably 2 or 3 voices in the camp, and one I could hear them. And we said the biggest issue when we saw the Fury fight was who was talking. Roach was saying stuff. I could hear Ben Davison saying stuff. It wasn't like I didn't know who the head trainer was. And as the fight progressed, it felt like Roach became the main man. Are you with me? So sometimes I think you just have to clip that and clean that. If for me, the best thing I would like for AJ to do is, again, go somewhere. Find somebody. I don't know who. I don't know what. He just needs to, because he's gonna get left. Now that we're doing conversations about the top 3, yeah, and obviously we're victims at the moment in boxing.
But people are with revisionist history, bro. I'm seeing people say things like Wilder's number 2 right now, or I'm saying, I'm like, dude, you cutting out the fact that Donny was the unified champ, 2-time unified champ. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, head of defenses against men in the top 10. Like, don't try and write him out of this conversation. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not just being
ain't boxing like that though.
It's just me being accurate in terms of how things go. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's still in the mix at the very top. That's putting behind Fury. But I put him behind Usyk. Sorry, Usyk right now as the
number 2.
Holder, I put him at number 2 behind Fury. But the fact is this, yeah, how much credit do we give to Fury for beating Wilder 3 times? Oh, sorry, twice technically. But
do you know why the reason why I want to give him the credit?
Just to land my point.
Yeah.
Because people give Fury extra props now for this win over an opponent he just knocked out last time, right? But when Wilder fought Luis Ortiz after knocking him out, we gave him hell. Now, I understand Luis Ortiz is not the guy, but you're fighting a guy you knocked out already, bro. What type of nonsense is this? Wilder's just out here being Wilder. Okay. Now man's beat a guy that he's knocked out. Why don't we just say, okay, he mashed work. That's what he's supposed to do. We've allowed the dramatics of the event to transcend boxing because we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, and there has been, don't get twisted,
because all-time great conversation shouldn't really be starting over an opponent that you ran over last time.
It should never. The all-time great thing is getting too far. I know they're gonna call me a Fury hater for that. No, you're not a Fury hater. I've never prescribed to. And he said it himself. He said, I can't put myself with them, man. I watched him say with his own mouth, it's disrespectful. I'm a student in the game, and you can't compare errors. Do you know what I'm saying? It's stupid. So with his own mouth, he said it. Now, the media want to go off and do their own thing. But I've watched him say it. We're sitting next to what to call it. I'm never going to say I'm better than Lennox. I'm never going to say any of these guys. I'm not in their area. No matter what weight they are and what weight I am. Do you know what I mean? Hold on, Trev. You're gone. I'll wait for him to come back. Yeah, he was gone. There you go. All right, it's cool. You're back. You're cool. So there's that thing about him talking about errors, this, that, and the other. And I was like, I rate that from you, Fury, that you're saying that. Now, people are going to go crazy. Like, I saw a picture of him next to Ali, and then it allows, like, again, if I just saw the picture and it annoyed me. Do you know what I mean? But then that's where the vitriol comes from. Oh, you lot keep hyping this guy. I'm not comparing him in any way like how everyone else is doing, but I'm saying of the skill that I've seen from him, the things that I like about him is what I really rate, as you said, is that experience of when you take a shot that kind of hurts, and it's like, you know what, going down right now is going to give me some time to recover. It's going to take some time off the fight. It's going to, do you know what I mean? And it's not, I can see him okay, like he's looking at his corner like, it's fine. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like there's no panic in him in these moments. And that's what happens when you've had a good amateur career. You just grown in this thing. So when it's not going well, I know what to do.
Your mind still works.
Your mind still works.
It's like watching a seasoned comic on stage.
Oh.
Deal with the fact that he's pissed off the crowd.
Oh my God. We've had shows when we said, oh hell yeah, a madness. And you're like,
and everybody in the room just goes, what? And you go, no, chill out.
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm saying. I've got jokes.
And then you go. Listen, don't disrespect me. I'm not the last comedian.
Yeah.
I can do this.
I've got jokes.
Just what I'm saying. That's what he does in those moments where it's like, now it's like, I'm not gonna say that I respect him as if it's a new thing. I've always respected Fury. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've always respected Tyson Fury. I don't want no one to think that now you're showing. No, I'm not. Because for me, I'm not gonna look at the fight and say, like I've seen some takes like that wasn't a great display of boxing. I'm like, no, Sometimes though, you're in a fight and you have to win.
It's my
What
rival.
we saw was a straight slugfest, very,
Slug.
very, very dramatic. It had everything that boxing fans need. Do you know what I'm saying? And you got to win those fights.
Have to
We
win.
saw AJ in there with Klitschko. You
Won.
go to the well sometimes, and it's like, yo, all right, let's bring this thing out. I got knocked down, you got knocked down.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at a fight and I'm like, yeah, cool, but it's not gonna mark his career because the boxing wasn't fantastic. The Donny was in a war, bruv.
Yeah.
And he came out on top.
100%.
Give that man credit.
That
So,
100%. And
I'm just not getting carried away. I'm
No,
just not
and
getting carried
that's
away in my excitement.
And I think the community, I would say just the British media,
Yeah.
again, I feel like they're trying to make up for the lost time. They're trying to make up for not giving him the flowers when he probably deserved them with the night in Dusseldorf. So now they're going crazy. Is it the best? Is it the greatest thing we've ever seen? And again, AJ has lost. AJ was toppled, and it happened in such a close succession. And like it or not, Trav, boxing is what have you done for me lately? It really like is. That. Boxing is what have you done for me lately? And I know it shouldn't be like that, but fans are fickle. Fans are fickle, no matter in what place. Like, bro, even some relationships can be fickle, fam. Whereas, do you know what I'm saying? This is a part of life. Do you know what I mean? You apply for a job. I promise you, this is the moment in life where you apply for a job and you haven't got a job. And you can't wait to get this job. You're looking at where you're gonna go to the gym. You're looking at the places you're gonna eat at. You're looking at how it changes your life. You start working it for this company. Not before you know it, this dream job that you're hoping for, you don't like it anymore, fam. It's just human. It's human nature. You're gonna have moments where you're really excited. Then it doesn't matter. Yes, that job helped you buy a new house and get the mortgage and secure your children. Rare. I don't care. We're moving. It moves. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, someone will say, oh, well, you should be more appreciative to the thing that helped you. No, bro. Yeah. Life, we always want more. It's just it's nature. So when the fans do fickle things, that's why I win. It's a game of winning, bruv. It's not like a moral victory, because no matter what, Wilder got a moral victory, but it's a loss. On Box Rec and all these things, it says you lost to this man 3 times. And as time goes on, you don't get to have the context.
Caring about the good feeling.
There's no context.
Why you tried?
In the thingy, there's no context. It just says wins and losses. When I read old school fighters and I look at their Box Rec and I have to argue something, I'm just gonna go on what I saw. Well, he says he lost this many times. Oh, and that's gonna look nasty, bro. It's just the same name.
Bam.
I didn't want to look at his box right. Man.
Draw, loss.
Geez, not one in the last 3 years. No. Do you know what I mean? That's horrible.
Yes, you know what?
Don't worry, bro. You'll get through it. Don't worry. I know it's jarring you, but life
I'm
happens.
looking at it now.
Go on,
Yeah, it's very nuts. Bang.
Is it there?
Yeah. 2 losses.
Oh, man. Jeez, that doesn't read good at all. And it's the same man. It is the same. Nah, piss off. That's why he can't retire. He's got to make those things right, because your legacy is all the way effed up. Like, your credit check, it's mad low. And the killer is I love boxing. I'm chatting a lot. Boxing is in such a sweet place right now. It's the best I've ever seen. It's the best I'm ever gonna see it, because because people have lost, you just gotta go and fight. You gotta make things right. So White it's supposed to be in line to fight Fury.
That's gonna be for me, I look at that fight and I'm thinking, how do you see that going? For me, I see this version of Fury beating him. But I would like to see what this looks like, because I don't think
he's a better fighter though. You can't bully him though. Yeah, you can't bully
everything he did to Wilder. He's going to be able to do. And also this bullying stuff. Wilder's still a light heavyweight. He bulked up. He's not a natural heavy. He's not a natural.
Who do you say is a light heavyweight?
He's a light Wilder.
Okay, yeah, of course.
He's normally just a 15 stone man.
Bridgerweight.
No, I would say cruiser. Yeah, Bridgerweight.
Bridger. Yeah, that's his division.
He's at 15 and a half stone. So it's like, him bulking up. It ruins his body more than it helps. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see the bullying tactic against the Dillian White or an AJ.
But again, at 270, it's heavier. But
he's a unit though.
270. But then the one thing that we can say, and Thingy doesn't throw that. Fury doesn't throw mad uppercuts. You know what I mean?
The shots he throws ain't clean. They're like bear swipes.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
very
yeah.
constantly. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't stop though. It just keeps hitting you and it will tire you out. Now, in terms of who's got the mindset of a champion and who's actually boxing better, he did after the loss to AJ, White was fighting better. Now, I want to see White he deserves a heavyweight contest. He actually deserves to fight for a title. Like, has he ever fought for a title? He fought, was that AJ won for a title?
British title.
He's never fought for a major
World
title, major world title. I want to see him fight for a world title because that's a different
So check this out.
leader.
Yeah, agreed. So check this out though, yeah. Ben Davison's interview on IFL TV.
Talk to me.
They speak about freezing out AJ.
That's disgusting. If it's
Yeah,
true.
it is disgusting. But you knew that was the game plan. Freeze out AJ. So first of all, I want to get into why would you want to freeze out?
That's
AJ?
what I want to ask.
Yeah. Secondly, based on the Monday Night Smoke made an interesting take. He said if AJ won his fight, Wilder would have won.
Does that mean he thinks that thing would have dived?
Because if Wilder wins, it's another rematch. And AJ is now frozen out again as these men are tied up in their series of fights.
So let me get into this. Because let's speculate, yeah.
Because why the freezing out thing for me, to admit that says so much.
I understand what's happened. Remember, there's something at play here. Eddie Hearn. Yeah? Eddie Hearn is very important for this whole scenario, whole breakdown, right? The old heads are not happy. Yeah? Look at the smiles that we're seeing. Yeah? Bob Arum, I've never seen him so happy in my life. Yeah? Who else looks?
Warren.
Frank Warren looks happy than... And then I even saw Golden Boy.
Gosh.
I even saw Mr. Golden Boy. Come on, you know his name.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya.
I just had a different light bulb, fam.
Go on, give it to me.
So let's just do speculation king stuff, yeah?
Yep.
They say they were going to freeze out AJ.
Yes.
And if AJ wins, Wilder would have found a way to win, and they'd be tied up in the fourth fight. Of course,
Yep.
Fury wants to avenge that, right? If these men are playing chess at the highest level...
It's the highest level. This is not the lowest level.
Yeah,
This is the
that's
highest
right.
level.
This is the highest level of chess.
Yes.
AJ losing to Usyk does the exact same thing.
They won.
Because the rematch is already there. So it's like, you're there playing games. Well,
They've
gonna
won.
do this thing.
But why it's better as well, remember, I said this to you, and you was the one that told me. You was the one that told me, if you have the belts, you run boxing. The heavyweight champion runs the shit. And I still feel, one second, let me drop this one.
Oh, sorry, go on, yeah.
I still feel that him losing the titles, remember, because AJ, DAZN, all the belts, I have to come to you for this to work. I have to. I have no choice. He has all the belts. And I'm the main ticket. There's Canelo and there's AJ. Yeah? This is a big problem. Now, where it gets smarter is they've understood that, well, there's something wrong with our main brand. There's something wrong with our main guy. Here we go. Let's go full PR mode. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Drake, this guy. Now you know what I mean? Now we've upped this guy because the way we're looking at him is just wrong. The imagery is wrong. Are you with me? So we need to make him feel like every time you see Fury, it should feel like a great night. And I would say the marketing plan behind Fury, this new rollout, has been fantastic.
The celebrity rollout is hilarious.
Plus with a takeover, because again, they can freeze. I've never seen these old heads look so happy because new media, which is DAZN, has come to shake things up. And they hate it. You have to go through them. You have to go.
No, I hate you. But my thing is, if there is an element of scripting taking place where they say they freeze AJ out, because the only way to freeze AJ out at this point, yeah, if AJ doesn't lose, is for Fury to lose to Wilder, so that the rematch is now the next conversation. So what I'm saying is, to switch up the script, yeah, as a chess move, AJ loses to Usyk. Yeah, and this is wild takes, by the way.
No, but that can't. They
check
can't
it,
control that.
Check it. AJ lose to Usyk, right? This rematch is now guaranteed. So this takes us to February. I still got to fight Usyk. What Fury now is forced to fight someone other than Wilder. So they've broken. If this is all deliberate, they've broken him out of that position.
Yeah.
So now you got to come out. You got to step into the swamp and swim with some crocodiles now. So now the same position that AJ was in, Fury is now in.
But he feels comfortable again. Those people, there's only AJ. Fury understands what's at stake. Like, and credit to Fowler Smith. Yeah, fighting in your ends. There's nothing like it. Fighting in your ends. Yeah, and again, it's why Kell Brook and give me his name, Kell Brook, and they never fought, man. It's so annoying. Amir Khan. It's why Kell Brook and Amir Khan never got it on, because when I lose, it's not a normal loss. It's my home. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm losing at home, and like it or not, there's other fights where it's like, nah, Dylan is not going to be the same intensity because we're not like, the main guys and they've been talking to us forever and we never met. This is literally like,
I'm going to see you still.
I have to see you. We've both been chatting shit. You've got some weapons that can hurt me because AJ's not shit. He's not rubbish. Do you know what I mean? He just has to, there's certain things that he needs to correct in AJ. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Fury knows that AJ's not rubbish, and Fury knows AJ can still be a problem, and losing to him at home, because again, as fickle as the boxing fans are, as soon as one of these two lose, all your career, sadly, goes in the bin. It just does. It's really sad how that works until like many years later. Then you're like, oh, you're a G, you know. Do you know what I mean? And like now people appreciate Groves a bit more. And they're like, oh, do you know what I mean? But then in the time when Groves lost that rematch, no one wanted to hear about him. But Groves looked good in the first one.
He had to rebuild his whole career from the long way.
He had to grow hair, fam. He came back with in a new suit as well. It was mad what he had to do, fam. And this is the boxing game, like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like people shouldn't really be mad at it. It's just the way it is now. Fury, is he the greatest fighter I've ever seen? No. Is Fury the best of his era? Currently, as it stands right now?
As he stands right now, he's in first place. He's in first place.
Yes.
That's the best way to word it. He's currently in first place.
Yes.
There's still a lot more football left to play.
We need halves. Like, we need, like, and I think Usyk, he has to fight Usyk. He has to fight Dylan. He has to fight
AJ.
He has to fight AJ. Has to.
We have to see that.
He has to fight him. And you know, it's easier to make that fight now because AJ has to come to him as the B-side.
No, he doesn't. AJ just needs to. AJ's locked in a rematch.
No, I'm saying because what could happen is they might. If I'm AJ, this is what I'm doing. If I'm AJ, yeah. And I know this sounds like a wild take, but I'll do it. If I'm AJ, I'll take the step aside P.
No.
Hear me out. I know you don't like it. Hear me out.
Fury retires as the undisputed champ, and there's no.
Okay, wait. Just saying. I hear that. And that's because you can't trust. I'm not talking about, because Fury still needs to do things. I said I'm not all the way in with Fury. Like, oh my God, he's already did it. I'm still thinking that Fury has, and this is why, like, he can't just get me back just like that because he fought this fight. I'm saying no. I'm being real. Fury needs to fight. The reason why I'm upset with Fury is he doesn't fight enough. So he has to, in my head, because I know that AJ needs time with somebody else. I don't think AJ can correct himself in 6 months. I don't think he can do it. I feel like he needs a longer time to get busy, but I want boxing to keep on moving. So if I'm saying you take the step aside, P, allow these men to fight, he has to fight you. He can't retire without fighting you. That's mad.
You don't think Fury has it in him to retire without fighting AJ if he gets undisputed again?
And that's why I said I don't trust Fury. This is the thing. So it's not like, I'm very straightforward with it. Like, Fury needs to have these fights. The text that I got is real. He can't say he's the top of the mountain without fighting all the man them. Because there's bare man that have banana skins that could be a problem.
Okay, and look how the Fury is in a conversation without fighting any of these guys. He beat Klitschko 5-6 years ago, and he's beat Wilder 3 times, and he's up there as the best of all time. Mark my words, if he was to beat Usyk, get all those belts and retire, he ended at number 1 of this era, regardless of what happens.
I don't feel like it's too fast for AJ.
AJ can never let this happen.
I hear what you're saying.
Never let them man fight.
I feel like it's too. But again, you look at it as a blemish. It's a blemish in your career not fighting AJ. It will be, no matter what. 100%. When it's all said and done, even if for the boxing fans, you'll say to yourself, "Well, why didn't you fight him then?" Do you know what I mean? Because there's no excuse not to fight him. He's there. It's not even a hard fight to make. Like, let's say if you're the unified champion and you can call the shots, what's your excuse for not fighting him? Because you can't tell me there'll be no excuses. Like, as again, you fought the same person, because that still come up no matter what. It's like Pacquiao.
Well, tell that to Dillian White, who had no excuse to. He's the mandatory.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like Pacquiao's achieved amazing things. Yeah. But still, people are like, nah, well, do you know what I mean? They could, until him and Mayweather fought, it didn't matter what you did. Do you know what I'm saying? Because yes, and Pacquiao still lost in his career, but that Mayweather fight, we still needed to see it. There's no excuse for us not getting it. So I honestly feel that if Fury hangs up his gloves and does not fight AJ, that's a stain on his career. When he can now go down if he does what he needs to do, they call him a Hall of Famer.
But now we know from the inside, they men are freezing out AJ.
But that's because I think that's war. I think that's gone.
There's a possibility he has no intention of fighting AJ, regardless of what this looks like.
No, I think it's deeper than Fury. As you said, we spoke to Charles, innit? Yeah, that's our guy. You know what I'm saying? And there's boxing that we get, and there's what's happening behind the scenes. Yeah, the network beef is massive. Yeah, and this is old media versus new media. And this is old promoters and old hands in terms of boxing's always been controlled by the underworld. We've known that forever. Do you see what I'm saying? Now those underworld characters are just trying to play to us that they're not there anymore. They're still there. Do you know what I'm saying? They're still there. They just exist in a different way. Now the hardest thing is underworld media can't control big tech. You can't talk to a WhatsApp or a Facebook or Mark Zucker. Those are the new bad boys, fam. Like one day we be chilling right now, yeah, and the thing goes down and the world stops. You know when social media went down the other day, and you say to yourself, like, they don't even have to use the balaclava to rob you now, because your information is worth. Like, I'm not here to be doing conspiracy theories, but when PlayStation went down a little while ago, all the information was sold, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? They did that with no balaclava, fam. No one came into the house. It was just laptops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who'd you go and fight?
Digital stick up.
I dare you to go to the IP address to fight somebody. You'll just see a computer, fam. So this is now, and that's what, for me, that's what the zone feels like. I don't know who the main, it feels like Uber.
But that's because, but that only feels like that to people who, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole lot of people that are a lot smarter than you think.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, whilst I hear what you're saying, I disagree heavily, because like when the fight is on, when I'm talking the fight, regardless of who the names are, when I say the fight, whatever your imagination goes to, when that fight is on, you will find out how to watch that fight. And if a man says, download this app and you can watch the fight, bro, it's very simple. Bare man are watching Netflix. So I'm not really accepting this whole thing of like, it just feels like it's just this thing.
No,
bro,
but
Sky Sports is not a physical thing.
Yes, no, I'm with you.
But them man know they got to log in or phone something to get the fight.
No, I'm talking about control. I'm talking about control. Just imagine like the unions, like I'll use the Black Cabs was perfect. Black Cabs versus Uber.
It's not the same.
Because you're dealing with
I know the example, but Eddie Hearn is there now. So before, when the zone was this, like, Eddie Hearn has faced it up and he's like, I live here.
And that's the person to hate. And that's the person to hate. So they can freeze Eddie, but that's what I'm saying. They have a face to the hatred, but it's still I still see that it's these big media corporations or old media that's fighting with new media, and there's a face to who they don't like. So freeze out Eddie, you're winning. And take away.
You're making it about Eddie when it's, how do you know it's not about AJ?
And that's why I don't feel like it is. That's the part that
I don't feel like
that.
Man, because now that these men have had the trilogy and Fury's looking good and all that stuff, you say, well, why would he be concerned about AJ? But suppose he is concerned about AJ. Suppose there are scars from their old sparring sessions about AJ.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's ways of looking at it. I understand we can make it about Eddie, but these men are very aware of AJ as a palpable threat. regardless
course
of how
he is.
tough they talk.
And again, sorry, so just so it's clear, I definitely feel that there is a fear, there's a worry of losing at home to the man. I said that earlier. So I definitely
he's the home man.
I definitely feel that 100%, and he's loved differently. I definitely feel that, and I know what they've done. They've done the whole media rollout to try and
get as many celebrities to make it seem like Tyson Fury's a cool kid.
100%.
But the venue's not sold out.
Yeah, but
whilst we're doing that big celebrity American star, we don't know for sure he sells out here. So if we're doing numbers in business, it's still.
But the rebrand again, it's been an effective rebrand. Do you know what I mean? And rebrand with winning, you can't like you can't really lose a rebrand with winning. So you talk cruddy and you win and this, that, and the other. It looks good. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's a good promoter is meant to do that. That's their job. That's their job to promote that and make a fighter look more dazzling than they actually are. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the game. Now, I definitely it's a tough one. I just feel like I feel like there's them old heads. I've never seen Oscar De La Hoya smile the way you're smiling after AJ lost to Usyk.
I mean, make no mistake, there's definitely beef.
It was incredible.
I just don't think that beef is the sole motivating factor.
And now, if there was a different face at the zone that was as loud as Eddie, they'd hate him. Do you know what I mean? They'd hate whoever's in that position.
You got to remember, people hate whoever's doing the best.
That's right. Do you know what I'm saying? So
it's loaded.
It's loaded. It's again, and I remember being with a promoter. It started early in my comedy career, and I weren't getting these bookings because they didn't like my promoter, fam. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I remember that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even my beef, bro. I just came into the game. That's the guy that looks after. Do you know what I mean? And I weren't getting the booking just because I don't know what happened there. I'm affiliated. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's one of those things where a man will try and slow down your career purely for that. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like, obviously, AJ's I feel that at times AJ can be a victim of that. Do you know what I mean? Because he has been this is not new that AJ's been frozen out. Do you know what I mean? The only thing is, how do you freeze out the guy with all the titles? You can't. You know what I mean? You can't. He's winning. Now, when he loses, it changes. You know what I mean? Because
so now the pressure is to try and nick the belts quickly.
Nick him.
Yeah.
Nick him. It's incredible.
It's incredible of the game, because we should have had these fights years ago.
Yeah, but I feel like now, because of it, we're gonna have to get them. Someone has to fight Dylan White.
Someone's got to move.
Someone has to fight Dylan White. AJ, if he handles his business, touch wood, that he changes things, yeah, and he, let's say, mashes the work of the Usyk fight. Don't know, when do you reckon that'll be? February? Yeah, Feb March. That's nice. That's a good time. He has to fire somebody, bruv. Now,
listen, we tangle what a tangled web we weave in this boxing game, fam. I'm very excited for the future, bruv. I think,
it's amazing. We can end it there.
Let's draw to a close.
Like, boxing is exciting though. UFC, I hear that you lot were trying the thing still, and all these celebrity fights. No, I'm saying, wait, hold on. They were trying the thing, but you can tell, brother, when the real thing turns up, when
boxing gets cracking,
everyone has to sit down, fam.
Trust me.
When the real thing arrives, like, and no disrespect to the UFC man, them, but this is the real thing, fam. Yeah, like, there's again, like, you know, these men have fought 3 times, but it's still more exciting. No disrespect.
Yeah, bro. Everyone loves a good dramatic fight, fam. It had everything that you put in a movie. Everything that you would think about putting in a movie, this fight had it. So salute to both fighters. Congratulations to Tyson Fury. And yeah, we move. The boxing story continues.
Boxing wins, fam.
Peace.
Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.